Okay. So he was found today. I've cleaned him and everything. I've given him a bubble. I've given him a couple of rehydration under the skin because he was severely dehydrated, and he's had B12 and vitamins. But apart from that, and fruit, I haven't even attempted. But he looks like he was on his own for quite a while. Yeah.
Very yellow.
Oh, he had lots of mango. I didn't know he had it on him.
Gimli's real story will never really be known. It's so difficult to understand what kind of trauma, what this little orphan actually saw that caused him to be so withdrawn. Initially it was as if he'd just given up life. He didn't really want to carry on. Whatever he had or owned or belonged to had just disappeared, and he was left behind. And this can be very traumatic for some of the little youngsters. Just getting him to feed was a major problem and a big concern of ours. We had to get rehydration into him. We had to make sure the little guy was drinking to give him any chance of survival. From similar cases we've had in the past, we knew it's essential that we've got to somehow try and break through to him, to get that will back to live, to get that spark back into his little eyes. Too many times we've seen little ones that just don't make it. They just seem to have given up and they just don't want to carry on without their family. So it's really hard to see what's happened, what happened to his mother, what did he witness, to see, for him to do the things that he's actually going to do. Whenever he gets out his little cage here further, you can see he just runs and hides in the corner, finds the darkest little spot and just cowers there and just curls up into this tiny little ball, just to be alone, to be on his own and get away from this terrible world. And it's very traumatic. It's even for the people working with him, it's such a fight. You just want to bring this little guy through, to pull him through onto the other side and just help him get somewhere. And this is a little story of this fight to get little Gimli from where he is to a point of being a little monkey again.
Take some TLC to get him out of this.
Slowly, as he looks around, slightly bewildered of what's around him, something he's never expected, something he doesn't understand. He doesn't know what's really happened to him, and the only real comfort he's got is within himself and withdrawing him to himself and with his own little thoughts. One just wonders what's he thinking at the moment, what's going through his little mind, what has he lost, what's it going to take to get him out of this. Even as another little friend comes along and tries to break through, Gimli just kind of ignores him. It's as if he just wants to get away from his own kind, and he's just too upset with what's actually happened that he can't socialize or doesn't want to socialize, and is just feeling down. It's it's similar to how people's emotions are and how people feel, and one can kind of relate in a way to what this little guy's going through. Fortunately, he does find a little bit of reprise in eating, and which is a good thing. So he's enjoying the food and he's eating the food and things like this, but he hasn't really come out of himself, and he's not socializing or anything like that. So that's the biggest challenge of ours at the moment, to try and find somebody that's going to find a little way into his little heart and open him up and showing that there's a lot more to life, there's a lot more to enjoy. Being a monkey is fun, and hopefully little Gimli will start enjoying himself later on. Being outside, getting a little bit of sun and hearing the sounds of the other wild monkeys around the area seemed to be a little bit of consoling for little Gimli, and he seemed very interested in hearing the other monkeys, but still very much on his own, sticking to himself. Nobody's really been able to break through to him yet, to sort of get him to come to them, or even another monkey hasn't really been able to make friends with little Gimli at the moment. Here we have little Matty Jr. He's in with Gimli. And just look at the difference, how relaxed this little one is in comparison to Gimli. He's sort of always on his own, up there in a corner, just staring out into the middle of nowhere. One doesn't really know what he's looking for, what he's waiting for, but he seems to be on his own little mission. Well, you could see the reaction from little Gimli when Turk moved away from him. It's nice to see how the other monkeys try and console him or comfort him. Turk trying to become a little bit of a friend, and being there when he can, and just seeing what he can do to try and help little Gimli through this process. So it's as if they know there's something going on or there's something not right, and try and give as much support as what they can. This is how Gimli should be playing, but of course he's just oblivious really to what's going on and sticking very much to himself. And of course that's what little Gimli's answer is to everything. As soon as another little orphan comes over to him, he just disappears and finds some place to go and sit on his own and listening to the sounds of the other wild monkeys and nature around him. Well, we thought we'd bring little Gimli across to meet somebody that had also gone through a rough time, and was handling the situation completely differently. And hopefully little Rocks will be able to break through to Gimli, and they can share some of their experiences, or maybe little Rocks can get Gimli out of that dark place he's in at the moment. It's a good little start. Each one of them sort of wondering what's going on with the other one. So a little bit of interest there, not much real interaction. Gimli's still sticking on his own, but at least he's had a look across and said, who's this guy? And maybe there's going to be something there.
Alright, let's get these guys out. Gimli will probably just go straight back to sleep. Although he's already been in here, so... Rox's first visit. And here's Gimli as well. As you can see, much improved. Much more social, much more alert, much more open, more confidence. Slowly but surely becoming a monkey again. And him and Rox have already struck up quite a little friendship.
Well, as Mark was saying, it looks like these two have built up a little bit of a bond together. We have little Rox calling out and Gimli reacting to it and even going with to have a look at what Rox was calling to. So this is great. At least we've got them working together and reacting together, which is fantastic. Gimli's first encounter again with a large adult. Doesn't seem too worried about it. In fact, seems very interested in the adult. Kind of looking at it as a mother figure already. So very interested in the bigger monkey. Here we've moved down to the skunk enclosure. We'll start seeing what the interaction is going to be with the troop and little Gimli.
They're now down here permanently, and already lots of interest from the mums in the troop. Gimli's still not going to the fence, but kind of to be expected given his behaviour since he arrived. But as you can see, much more confident, approaching other monkeys, and a bit happier with life.
Rox was a little bit too boisterous for poor little Gimli, so we decided to move Gimli back into Disneyland while Rox was integrated into the skunky enclosure. Little Maddox making friends.
Oh, you're on milks now. He was kept in sickbay for the first 5 days, but as Rox left to start his foster mom, meeting the skunky foster moms, we thought Maddox could come down, keep Gimli company. As you can see, they actually, I wouldn't say they're best bros, but Gimli doesn't seem to mind him.
There's still that distant look in Gimli's eyes, but you can start seeing that he's slowly coming out of himself. It's not as serious as what it was in the beginning. He seems to have found a little bit of meaning to his life. Here you can see how, he's a little bit more awake, looking around, paying attention. He certainly does love his food. So that's probably was a good thing that also helped to pull him through. Also with all the different monkeys, with all their different scenarios, meeting up with him, I think has also helped him quite a lot. So he's a completely different monkey from what he was when he came in. So I don't think we have to worry about him too much now. I think from here he's going to slowly progress and get better as time goes on. It just depends if we get him a good mom to look after him, because that's going to be the important part. This is little Gimli now in the James intro enclosure. You can see what a difference he is at the moment. There is a sparkle in his eye. He's running around playing, getting around very nicely. So a different little monkey at the moment. This is a nice little positive clip. I don't know what little Gimli's seen, but yeah, he's taking like a dominant little like stance, like saying watch out. This is the Gimli type of thing. So it is like a little brave little pose. As I said, I don't know what he's actually seen, but he does look like he's standing up for himself. So it's just a very nice little clip of him with the brave side of Gimli coming out, basically. Gimli's got himself some enrichment that's been put into the enclosure, and yeah, we can enjoy him having a little bit of fun with it.
Raisins are a big hit. What are you trying to get? Is Gabe and Luna playing in the background?
Well, the first mom in is Briani. So let's see how things go with her.
Where is he?
It was as if Gimli was really just missing that comfort of his mother. So he must have had quite a period of time with his mom before she passed on, which probably caused the trauma. But just the way that he's taken to a foster mom so quickly, and just look how happy the little guy is. It's like, this is all I wanted. I just wanted a mom, So this is quite nice to see. He's like come out of his little self. He's got life into him. He's enjoying himself, and this is all the little guy wanted, and right from the beginning. Just look at that little face. I mean, he's like so enthralled with his monkey mother. He knows he's got the protection that he's needed now, and she's his backup. So, the little guy's very, very happy in the end of the day. You can just see in his movements, the way he's behaving, keeping close to her and things like this. So it's really something nice to see. It's going to be great to see them going out into the troop and really what becomes of him. This is Gimli with Lychee. She's sort of just checking that everything's at the right place. Basically doing a grooming. It's a very important social thing, and I'm sure this is just boosting up the little guy's confidence in the end of the day. You can actually see how he's enjoying it. If we could have got a closer picture of his little face, you could almost see there's like a little smile of contentment there. He's just so happy for this attention and somebody to look after him finally. This is little Gabe, and here you can see Gimli playing for the first time. If you remember him right in the beginning, how withdrawn he wasn't interacting at all. Well, look at the little guy go now. So really having a bit of a fun time with Gabe, getting to learn the other members of the troop. So this is also a very nice little moment to see how things have progressed. This is typical Gimli fashion, doesn't want to make a big hoo-ha about going out. So he's slowly crept out the door on the other side with his foster mom and slowly moving out into the main James enclosure to have a look around and seeing what's actually going on. So nice progress. He's done it nice and easily. He's out there, he's having a look around, seeing what's going on. He's got his mom close by. she's happy with him, and that's the important part. Look at him being picked up there. Well, even here, he wants to run around a little bit and explore. So, yeah, this is really great, a great moment.
Gimli in James Troop, just been introduced a few days ago, already gaining massive amounts of confidence climbing the trees. It's Juno who's hugging him.
So this was a tricky one. I've just found Gimli. Way up in the trees. And that is why it took me so long.
This is an amazing example of really what it's all about. When you get this lost little soul that comes in, he's got nowhere to turn. He's given up life, and finally he's back out into a troop, enjoying himself, being a monkey again. And really, this is thanks to the dedication to all those volunteers that come through and help and take time out in their lives to make a difference in the lives of these little monkeys. And without them, this work would be totally impossible. So it's really a big thank you to all of them, the effort that they're really putting in, the hard work, because it is really hard work. Sometimes it's very traumatic. But they stand by it, and they stand by these monkeys, and look at the difference. This is what they've done. So a big thank you to everybody for getting involved and doing your part. And this really shows, what we can do, and we can put these little guys back and make them happy again and enjoy lives and become part of the little family that they should be.
Down at James' enclosure, we have Gimli just in the tree and Gabe showing off, as well as Luna right here. There's Gimli climbing. Now we have Gimli, Gabe, and Luna all playing. There's Luna and Gimli having a little cuddle. And here comes Juno, the overprotective mom, to stop them. Hi, Isha.
Well, Gimli enjoying a bit of a millie cob. Just look how much he's changed. Little black face, put on some weight. He's really looking like a nice little monkey at the moment. So things are really going well for him. You'll see him playing a little bit later on here with Luna, them running around. I mean, can you actually believe what he was like in the beginning to what he's turned out to be today? This brave little guy, part of the troop, running around, enjoying himself. And this is really thanks to everybody out there. Thanks to our supporters, the people that get involved, those of you that are donating. This is what your donations go towards, helping these little guys have a difference in their lives and giving them a second chance. So it's very, very important. It doesn't matter how little you donate via PayPal or doing it through our GoFundMe, just giving, becoming members. All of that income is basically going towards making a difference in these guys and making it possible for the volunteers to get involved and dedicating their time to making a difference in these guys' lives. So from our side, thank you very much for what you've all done, making it possible. We're just a catalyst in the middle. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do any of this work. So please carry on supporting, do what you can. We do really appreciate it. For those of you that can just watch the videos and the adverts, all of that does help. You're all part of the team. We need you all. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video.